Hey fellow readers, my name is Hannah. Today I am finally starting my first video for my Booktube channel. So I thought I would just go ahead and start with the Booktube newbie tag because I think it seems to be the best way to just introduce myself. Really quick, there's a few things that it doesn't cover that I will cover right now. The first one is that I am a stay-at-home mom. I have a 1-year-old named Noah and a almost 3-year-old named Jonah. I live here in North Carolina with my husband David. And I love to read. I also garden. I love to cook. And I have really enjoyed watching Booktube and making friends in the book community for the last couple of years. And so I just thought I would take this next step, and I'm really excited. So just starting off, I don't want to have this be a super long video. I just want to have fun. The first question is, why did you start this channel? And I think that is going to be kind of a multifaceted answer. The first of which is that I have anxiety and I love to make lists. If there's anyone else out there with GAD, you know that lists, or you probably know that lists are a huge help. And so I love to make lists. I love watching YouTube lists, like Bookish lists, books I want to read.
Books I read this year, books I read this month, books that I want to read next month, themed book lists, best thrillers, best fantasies, whatever.
I love making lists. I just like to make them.
So yeah, I would love to actually just have this channel be mostly kind of sit down content like this. I'm not a big fan of vlogs, so I don't see myself making them. And so I just wanted to have a way to make friends online and talk about books that I want to read, books that I have read, books that I'm interested in, that kind of thing, and make friends, get some good book recommendations from new friends, and just kind of basically be more ingrained in the bookish community online. So that's the first question. Second question, what are some fun and unique things that you can bring to Booktube? I don't want to be like totally arrogant and think that I'm some totally unique, amazing booktuber that's gonna rock the world on Booktube. But I just think that, to be honest, everyone is fully unique. Everyone has their own views. You know, you could have similar views to other people, but every single person is unique. And so everyone can technically bring something a little bit different, even if there are other booktubers out there that have very similar tastes. You're still gonna be your own person and bring something unique. So I just think that just like everyone else, I am my own person, so I therefore have something unique to bring. You know, I'm not into vlogs, so I'm not probably gonna do vlogs, more just list oriented. And so I think that's a little bit unique. I'm sure I can come up with some pretty
Fun lists.
and fun list themes to make and about books. So I think that'll be cool. What are you most excited for in terms of the channel? For me, it's going to be making friends and meeting new people online that have similar reading taste to me, that can offer me good recommendations. I can offer them good recommendations, book clubs, that kind of thing. Just community. I really would love to be more involved in the Booktube community. Why do you love reading? I think that's a hard question to answer, other than, I mean, I just love it. I just love reading. I think that I like to use reading as an escapism. I think that's a pretty common way that people use reading, is just as escapism. It's probably why I do really like fantasy and sci-fi type books, fantasy romance, because I can just kind of escape into a new world. And I think that's a wonderful thing to do, to really force my mind to kind of like back off any, you know, overthinking that it's doing. So I really like to use that basically as kind of an anti-anxiety tool. I just love to. I do notice that when I'm going through times when I'm more anxious, that I will read a lot more. So if I'm really down, depressed, or anxious, you know, you'll see me with a book in my hand and like nothing else is getting done. So what books or series got you into reading? I think that just depends on the time in my life. When I was younger, I really liked The Little House in the Big Woods, The Little House on the Prairie, that Laura Ingalls Wilder series. And so that was when I was younger. And then like all millennials, Harry Potter had a huge influence on my reading when I was a preteen and in high school. And then when I got older, I would have to say the most recent period when I hadn't been reading for a few years and started reading again, it was Sherilyn Kenyon's Dark Hunter series, which is a paranormal romance series. I read that, and then I think I read the Red Queen series by Victoria Aveyard, and then I think I jumped into the Stormlight Archive by Brandon Sanderson, and that really got me into epic fantasy. So those would be the 3 series that most recently got me kind of back into reading again. What challenges do you foresee for your upcoming channel? Challenges, I would say just I want to keep it fun. I want to keep it chill. I just don't want to, I don't want this to become like a chore. I just want to do this for fun. So I definitely would say just making sure that I don't take it too seriously and stopping myself from like trying to like work too hard on it or take it too seriously. I just want this to be something fun and just keep it fun. When did you start reading? I started reading probably when everyone else did. Am I too literal? Like, I don't know. I think I was 6 or 7. More recently, I got more back into reading again when I was in my, I don't know, I think I was like 30. I'm not telling you how old I am. Where do you read? I read in my house, or if I'm listening to audiobooks in my car, sometimes outside. I would say the most often, like I'm reading on the couch or in bed. I like to read in bed a lot. And then the last question is the kinds of books I like to read. And I think I already basically covered that a little bit. Fantasy would be my favorite genre. Fantasy romance, epic fantasy, sci-fi, just regular romance as well. Not as much like contemporary romance, but some historical romance. And I also really love to read thrillers and horrors. I've been more getting into them recently. I actually have a local book club where we do read a thriller every month, and that's been a whole lot of fun. And so I've definitely been getting more into thrillers recently. But I would say my most read genre would be fantasy. Right now I'm reading Priory of the Orange Tree, and it's been sitting on my shelf for like a year, and I'm finally getting to it. And it's a chunker. It's 800 pages, and I am there. So I'm almost like 3/4 of the way through. I'm really enjoying it. I wish it had been a trilogy. I'll just say that. And I probably won't do a specific like review on this book. Maybe, but I don't think I'm ready to do like full-on reviews yet. But when I do a wrap-up, probably my first wrap-up, I will discuss that a little bit. But I think that's all of the questions that were on the list. I don't think anyone really tags each other in this anymore. I think it's just, if you're a newbie, you do it. So I'm not going to tag anyone, but I will put the questions down below in the description. And I'd love it if you commented and let me know if you've read Priory of the Orange Tree. or if you're planning on reading Priory of the Orange Tree, I'm, like I said, enjoying it. I don't think it's perfect, but I'm definitely having a good time with it. And so I think I'll probably finish that in the next day or two. And so, yeah, let me know if you've read that, if you've read anything else by Samantha Shannon. This is the first book I've ever read by her. Also, I'd love for you to let me know if there's anything from my answers that you could relate to. And if you are new to Booktube as well, thank you so much for watching this video, my first video. If you liked it, you can hit the like button. And if you want to, you can subscribe so you can see future content. I'm hoping to be posting 2 to 3 times a week. And so, yeah, bye.